To stand number 6, ladies and gentlemen, the South African team, led by their manager, Isaac Klopper. Swahili Healy Hans and Mayan Zaki Sweeney. The Irish team, led by their manager, Mike Walsh. Give him a big hands, ladies and gentlemen. Peter Herity and famous Seamus Joy.
To stand number 4, led by their team manager, John Ivor Davis. Wales, ladies and gentlemen, Gareth Owen and Elver Jackson.
To stand number 3, ladies and gentlemen, led by their manager, John Huff. From New Zealand, Brian Thompson and Tony Dawes.
To stand number 2, led by the team manager, Stephen Lloyd. England, ladies and gentlemen. And the shearers are George Mudge and Andrew Weir. Give them a big round of applause.
And to stand number 1, ladies and gentlemen, led by their team manager, Wally Humphries, the Australian team, John Naller and Ken Freyes. That's your first play. Whoa, what a fine body of men.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, managers. Wish your teams luck. If I could ask the managers to come down up past stand number 6, and we'll get the judges onto the board, gentlemen. Let's get the judges up, ladies and gentlemen. Our judges have travelled from all over the world to be with us. Give them a round of applause. They've had to work as hard as the shearers. They're all eagle-eyed. They've all been here to learn what they're doing, what we're all looking for. And we're ready to go, gentlemen, down on the commentators' table. I'll hand you over to our team, ladies and gentlemen. You had one direction up in Dublin. We got no direction down on the front. Give all our commentators a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. We got Peter McDonough. We got Norm Haraway from New Zealand. We got Di Clark from Scotland. We got Wyn Jones from Wales. And Steve Meredith is down there as well. Let's start off in Peter.
From No Fixed Abode.
Okay, we're going ready to call this one. Just waiting there for it to get out. Thumbs up from Tom Dunn. Cheers to the boards, boys, please. Tom, referee to number 1 there, Tom. So Australia on 1, we got England on 2, New Zealand on 3, Wales on 4, Ireland on 5, and South Africa shearing on 6, Norm.
Oh, big line up here. We have 6 sheep in the pen, ladies and gentlemen. Each shearer will shear 3. So 2 shearers to each stand. Australia, England, New Zealand, Wales, Ireland, South Africa. These gentlemen are shearing for the pride of their country. We have the men shearing first out on the board. Let's get one of the New Zealanders out. We're keen to get this going. We've waited long enough. But the people in the tents outside, the food tents and gear tents, are quite happy. They've had a wee bit more custom with the break. Stick your towel down, Tony Dobbs. Let's get this one rocking. The first of the big finals of World Blade Shearing teams. Tom, we're just waiting for Tom to leave the stage. If he's happy, we have a green light. Thumbs up from the referee. Timekeepers ready. Competitors set, go. And away we go, the first of 6, 3 each they'll share. Australian shearer there, Keen French on the front stand. He's on number 1, into the hind leg. George Mudge from England. White winds his way down to the front sleeve. Tony Dobbs from New Zealand on stand number 3. He's the first shearer. Wales, Gareth Owen winds his way down the first leg as well. Peter Herity. Alfred Jackson, sorry. Peter Herity for Ireland on stand number 5. And Willy Hands from South Africa down there. Winds his way up the neck. Is he the first up the neck? Not quite. George Mudge, the young fella on stand number 2. He's taken it to them. Tony Dobbs around the back of the head. So's the Australian Ken French. This is going to be very, very close, Pete.
Yeah, come on, the Irish team. This is one of our own here, boys. We got P.T. Heritage. Round the back of the head of the way he goes there on number 2. South African boy over there. It's a Willie Hands and Manjiki Sweeney. What good shearers those boys are. But it's New Zealand already dropping down into the long blow there on stand number 3. Where's the English team? We got George Mudge there. Fantastic shearer is George. And Ken French there from the Australian stand number 1. Fantastic shearing going on here from Tony Dobbs for the New Zealand team. Where are the Irish boys? Come on, we can't get a rep behind those boys straight away when this is going to be some final.
Yeah, 6 sheep each they've got to do, and the Kiwis are away to a flyer as Tony Dobbs turns to come down the last side. So Willie Hands, the South African world champion that he is chasing hard. Turns to come down the last side on stand 1. Ken French is right up there with Tony Dobbs. Putting the Kiwi under a bit of pressure. So Willie Hans' turn. He's coming down the last side. George Mudge, Elvid Jackson and Peter Herity are down onto the long blows as they come into turn. George Mudge is right there. He's turned to come down the last side as well. But it looks as though it is Peter Dobbs just a blow or 2 ahead of Ken French. And the Willie Hands of South Africa, as down the last side they come with the first sheep on the board. And look at that, we've only been going 2 minutes and already the first sheep's looking for the port hold eye.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, shout on that man from New Zealand up there in stand number 3. Tony Dodds down the last side. He comes by the finishing touches. But Willie Hands from South Africa up there in stand number 6. He's the current world champion, ladies and gentlemen. But in goes Tony Dodds from Kiwis. Come on, you Kiwis, shout him on there. He does a wee flick his foot there, a wee dance as he goes into the pen. Who's going to be next here? But don't rule out that boy Ken French up there in stand number 1. But in goes the South African Willie Hands. He's in for sheep number 2 on the board for him. In goes that boy Ken French from Australia. Who's going to be next? Is it going to be the Welsh? Is it going to be the Irish team? Or is it going to be George Mudge up here in stand number 2? They're all going blow for blow. It's hard to tell, but look at this man in stand number 3 from New Zealand. Where's all you Kiwis? Shout him on there. Up the neck he comes there. Norm.
Go Tony Dobbs up the neck. Breaks it open. First one to step through and up the neck. Peter Herity hops in. Alfred Jackson hops in. Finishing touches for George Mush. It's Wales and Ireland. Away they go into sheep number 2. Zwella Willie Hands from South Africa. He steps through and up the neck. He's the one chasing hard on Tony Dobbs, but so's Ken French. He's got 2 on the board. The Australian on stand number 1. Don't leave these boys out there. Very capable shearers, as are all the teams. George Mudge chops into the first hind leg. Alfred Jackson winds his way up the undermine. He's just a couple of blows ahead of George Mudge. Peter Herity, the Irishman, right there with the Welshman. Stands number 4 and 5 we're watching. Zwella Willie Hands winds round into the first front shoulder. He's not far from dropping into the long blow. Ken French is right there with Zwella Willie Hands. Tony Dobbs still out in front. Not by a great deal, though. There's still 4 sheep left in the pen. And another shearer. Right through the long blow, Tony Dobbs shears. He turns for home. Down over the cheek he comes into the shoulder. Tony Dobbs, fantastic shearer, this man. Past world champion. Right through the long blow, though, the current world champions, Zwella Willie Hands down there on stand number 6. Closely watched by Manjiki Sweeney, giving him a bit of encouragement as he turns for home as well, the South African. Ken French is not far away either, Peter.
Yeah, Ken French, he's having a fantastic shear on stand number 1. Big sweeping blows going in there from Ken French, the Australian boy. But it's Willie Hands down there on stand number 6. He's having a fantastic shear. Where's Tony Dobbs? Down the last side and away he goes. He's got 1 left to shear, then his mate will come out and shear the other 3. Edward Jackson, he's on long blow time. Loving those sheep up there. What about P.T. Heritage, ladies and gentlemen? Come on!